You are joining the welcome webinar, Getting Started on Your GED Journey. My name is Caitlin. I'm part of the marketing team here at GED, and I will moderate today's webinar. So let's see, looks like we've got most of you folks in here from the lobby. So today's webinar will be about 30 minutes long, and everything will be recorded, so don't worry about taking notes or anything. We'll send out an email to links and the recording and all of the resources that we discussed today. There will be time for a Q&A at the end, but if you have questions along the way, you can type those in the chat and our advisors will reply. So just to introduce our advisors walking us through today's webinar, we have Carrie Cummings, Lydia Broberg, and Sam Dash. So if you see their names and faces pop up, know you're hearing directly from our team here at GED. And our advisors, they are our in-house experts. So if you enroll in our GED Plus program, which we'll discuss today, the advisors will be paired with you to keep you on track, to keep you motivated, assign study materials, answer questions, and just really set you up for success here. So with that, I will pass it over to Carrie.
Hi, everybody. My name is Carrie, and I am one of the GED advisors. I am located in Minnesota, and I have been working with GED students now for the past 3 years. The other GED advisors on the webinar will introduce themselves here as well, and then we'll get started. Sam and Lydia.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lydia. I've been a GED advisor for a little over 4 years now. And if you guys have any questions, like we said before, just feel free to drop them in the chat.
Right, and hello, my name is Sam. I've been an advisor here over 3 years now on the team, and I'm looking forward to going through this with you.
All right. GED advisors are experts on the GED exam and guide students through each step of the GED journey. We provide resources, tips for success, and help with any questions that come up along the way. The goal today is to provide actionable steps to start your GED journey. We'll discuss basic information about the GED exam and its subjects. We'll go over how to get started once you've set up your account. We will discuss how to prepare for the exams and provide information on the resources we provide. There will be an opportunity for you to ask questions throughout the presentation and at the end.
All right, so we're just going to start with a quick little poll here. It may pop up in a separate window. It's also written up on the slides. So go ahead and get familiar with that question. We're going to use this feature a few times throughout the presentation. So this one it just reads, what is your motivation for getting your GED? And of course, we hear a whole range of responses, so there's no right or wrong answer. Some of the common responses we hear are to go to college, to get a new job, join the military for family or for your children, to reach a goal for yourself or other. And you can go ahead and type in the chat if you have another response there. We love to get to know you a little bit. All right, I do see some answers are coming through. All right, so I will give you guys all just another second there. We'll leave this poll open so you can get familiar with that feature. And then Carrie, we'll go back to you.
Thank you. It is important to note the GED test and the GED Ready official practice test are available in both English and Spanish. GED does have bilingual advisors who can help issue Spanish language prep materials, and there are also Spanish materials available on GED.com. It is broken down, the test is broken down into 4 subjects: math, science, language arts, and social studies. The GED is accepted at the vast majority of colleges for those that are interested in continuing their education. It's equivalent to a high school diploma, and upon completion, you will be joining over 20 million GED graduates throughout the world.
All right, and before we go into more detail about some of the other parts of the program, I just want to go over some misconceptions and myths about the GED and just clear this up for you guys. So the first myth here is that it's easy to get a GED. So the reality is that the journey will be different for each student, but with determination and preparation, getting your GED is absolutely doable, and we're here to help you make that happen. The next myth here is that a GED isn't as good as a high school diploma, when the reality is a GED diploma will showcase your knowledge and skills to employers and colleges, as the case may be. 97% of colleges and employers accept the GED credential or the GED diploma, including prestigious universities like Harvard, Yale, and Stanford. And then this next one is very common, unfortunately, but so the idea is that math is impossible. That's the myth. When in fact, obviously, many students can find math challenging. I have worked with hundreds of students over the last 3+ years, and I can say with confidence that you can pass math. We are here to help you for this. That's why we're here. We have plenty of resources to help you pass this. And we will make sure you have what you need in order to get through math, even if you are nervous about it, even if you think you cannot do math, we are here to help. And this last one is that you're too old to get your GED. That's the myth. So the reality is that people leave high school for all different reasons, but age is not a barrier here. So we've had countless success stories from students of all ages. I've personally worked with students who are into their 70s. So there's no upper age limit here. So we're here to help you regardless of your age to make any goals and achieve any goals that you have for getting your GED. All right, and then as you read the points here, I'd just like to mention that the next few slides will show you screenshots of your online account once you sign up and log in, and this is going to be where you're going to find some helpful resources.
All right, so when you first log into your GED.com, this will be your home screen. You can see the icons for each subject, and you can get more information if you click on the subject. The alerts and tiles may change depending on your location and what step of the GED journey that you are on currently, but if you do click on that red banner shown, it will give you instructions on what steps you need to take in order to move forward. And then from your homepage, you can click on the study button at the top of the page, and it will show you all of the resources that you have available to you. Some of these resources are free and some of them are available for purchase. The How to Study panel is a new tool that we have. This is a short assessment that tells you how you study best and matches you with the tools that align best with your studying style. And we're going to go over more of these resources a little bit today, but I did want to point out that there is a free preview test that you can take by clicking on the preview test section here. And there is a preview of all 4 test subjects, which gives you an idea of what is on each of the GED exams, as well as a free practice tutorial so you can get familiar with how the GED exam works. And then like we talked about in the last slide, this is an example of what that free exam tutorial will look like. You will be able to try out different features of the test, which will be helpful to get familiar with how to click through each page. Use buttons like navigator. You can also practice scrolling up and over to view the full passage and question, and you can see what different question types look like so that you're not so surprised by the layout on the exam. This preview can help calm your nerves a little bit and let you know exactly what to expect. And for the math, science, and social studies exams, it is important to get familiar with how to use the online calculator because you cannot use your own on exam day. But just remember that you will not have to memorize any formulas. Those will be given to you, and the preview test will show you where to locate that formula sheet.
If you feel like a classroom setting is best for your learning style, this page can help you find prep centers when you search your zip code. Click the study button on your GED.com account and select Find GED Classes. A local class can provide support through your GED journey, expert instruction on GED test subjects. It can help you practice for the GED test, and it can help with career and college planning. The GED Ready is the official practice test. It has half of the questions and is half the length of time of the official GED test. If you score green with scores between 145 and 200, you're likely to pass, and we encourage you to schedule your official test right away. Normally, students will schedule the exam within 1 to 2 weeks at most. That way, the information is still fresh in your mind. If you score yellow with scores between 134 and 144, you're almost ready, but we'll just need a little bit more practice. If you score red with scores between 100 and 133, you'll want to spend more time preparing. Save time by focusing only on what you need to learn. You can view a score report on your GED.com page that will let you know which areas you should focus your studying on. It's important to note that you won't be shown which questions you didn't answer correctly, but you will see the topics that you missed. It's a common misconception that the GED is one long exam, but it's actually 4 separate tests. Many students find success in focusing on one subject at a time to be able to pass that GED test before moving on. In the next few slides, we'll break down what to expect for each subject, and we'll share a practice question for you to all answer.
All right, so this is what to expect on the language arts exam. So this is one of the 4 GED subjects, and the language arts exam is divided into 3 sections: reading for meaning, identifying and creating arguments, and grammar and language. So the one of the important parts of the reasoning through language arts test is the essay section. So you will have the extended response. You'll have 45 minutes to respond to that. That's including the time for reading it, the time for writing it, and editing any points that you need to edit. But in addition to the essay, there will be multiple choice questions, including drop-down questions, as well as select an area and then drag and drop as well.
All right, and so I've got another practice question here for you. Again, it may pop up in a separate window or under your chat, or you can just go ahead and type a response. So this question reads, the main character of a story is also called what? A, antagonist, B, exposition, C, author, or D, protagonist? And we're going to move through these practice questions pretty quick here. So go ahead and give us a best guess if you're unsure, but looks like most of you are sure. So looks like we've got a lot of correct answers here for D, protagonist. So Sam, we'll go back to you.
Sorry about that. Yes, so this next part is just about GED Live, which is an additional study tool that's available for GED students. And this is just basically if for any reason you find any of these questions challenging, which none of you did here, but if you're ever wanting more additional help for GED, GED Live can be a good option. It is a really great resource that has numerous benefits to help you with preparing. So the one thing is it has a flexible schedule of online GED classes. You can attend them as you are able to. There's a past library of videos you can watch, as well as the live classes that are part of the main program. And so basically you can attend those pre-recorded classes at any time if you're needing to get to them at a time that is not during the live session itself. You will get direct help from instructors, and you will have it accessible on any device. So tablet, phone, or computer, as the case may be. It's accessible on those devices for you to attend those classes if you would like to look into that option.
So what to know for the social studies exam? The social studies topics will include reading sections, analyzing historical events, as well as arguments and using graphs. The format of this exam is multiple choice, and you are given 70 minutes to complete the exam. And we will have another social studies practice test question coming up next.
All right, thanks, Lydia. So this practice question is launching right now. Okay, you should see that pop up there. And this one reads, how many senators represent each US state? 1, 2, 3, or D depends on state population. So once again, you can submit your response there or just type in the chat and we'll give everyone a second there to respond. Let's see if we have, okay, awesome. We do have some responses coming through here. And it looks like most of them are correct. I know this one kind of gets confusing sometimes, but the correct answer there is 2. So Lydia, we'll go back to you.
So the GED did just launch the official GED mobile app, which is called GED and Me, and it is available to download on the App Store now. Within this app, you will find personalized guidance, different practice test questions, and study tracking right from your phone. You can also set goals and stay on track with daily questions and reminders on the app.
The science exam is also broken down into multiple choice questions, and the on-screen calculator is available to use. Some of the topics on the exam are listed above, and you're given 90 minutes to complete this exam.
All right, and breezing through here, we've got our science practice question. So this one reads, what unit is used to measure force? A, Newton, B, gram, C, kilo, or D, pound? So let's see if we've got any responses coming through on this one. Okay. Looks like we'll give you guys another second or two to get some responses in here before we review some more study material. Let's see. We're a little split on this one, but it looks like the majority knows their science stuff there. So the correct answer is A, Newton. And go back for some study material.
Yeah, Flash is one of the great study tools that we offer, and it's wonderful for reviewing and building confidence before a test. I absolutely love this study tool. Students are provided with question sets on each attempt and receive immediate feedback on the responses. This will help you to master the GED test subjects. You can get access to a full collection of GED practice questions and answers covering all the concepts you need to know to pass. You can choose language arts, social studies, science, or math. You can also learn as you go. Each practice question comes with a step-by-step explanation, so you can see instantly where you may have gone wrong, and you can learn how to do it right the next time. You can also study on the move, created for use on phone, tablet, or desktop, so you can study whenever and wherever you find a moment of free time. It's also nice because you can prep at your own pace. With GED Flash, you can study for the GED in as little as 5 minutes a day. GED Flash offers flexibility of practicing without feeling like you're tied down for hours.
All right, so what to expect from math? So math is, again, one of the 4 subjects of the GED, and the exam for math will cover various topics, such as basic math, geometry, algebra, and graphs in a multiple choice format. And you'll have 115 minutes to complete it, or about 2 hours. You will have access to a calculator and formula sheet during the duration of the test. And keep in mind that the first part of the test will be a no calculator allowed part. So that's basically usually only a handful of questions. The majority of the test does allow a calculator, but for the questions where you aren't able to use one, you are expected to answer the questions and are able to answer them without using one. So that keeping that in mind is just important to know there. And there will be, let me see here. Okay, yep. So yeah, so just keeping that in mind, just because some students think they might have it on the whole test. There's just the first part there where it's not allowed. I think now we're going to have a quick question on the math test here.
Yep, thanks, Sam. So I am launching this last practice question. And this is an example of something where you will be provided a formula sheet and a calculator to use. So this question here reads, if you walk 6 miles in 120 minutes, how fast are you going? A, 0.05 miles per hour, B, 2 miles per hour, C, 3 miles per hour, or D, 6 miles per hour. So we'll give everyone a second again here to respond to this poll. And I know, again, like I said, we move very quickly through these practice questions. So of course, you'll be able to take your time and work through these questions on your test day. Okay, looks like I do see some correct responses coming through here. So awesome, great work. The correct answer there is C, 3 miles per hour. So Sam, we'll go back to you.
All right, and this next one is GED Plus. So this is basically part of the bread and butter what we offer here as advisors. So GED Plus is a comprehensive GED preparation program. So this is going to be helping you with kind of more getting into the study materials if you're needing this. So help you with hands-on help. It is the most comprehensive GED prep program offered, with online materials available for you to study at your convenience. So some of the main things that GED Plus includes and offers is a personal advisor. We are them. So you would be assigned an advisor, including us here as a case, and possibly. And basically, you'll have comprehensive study tools where you will test until you pass, covering retakes until you succeed within program steps. There will be official practice tests for you to take for building confidence and making sure you are ready for the official test before you do take it. There's one-on-one tutoring available for extra support, and also step-by-step guidance and encouragement as you work through the program, where we will be checking in with you within the program at minimum every 2 weeks to help make sure you're on track. All right, and then this next part is just a connector tool. So this is just a way where if you're interested in GED Plus, but you're looking for a way to participate for free, one option you may have is to look into GED Works. So as part of this program, if you are a student seeking a new job or a different career change, you can enter your zip code as shown here. And you'll be able to access our connector tool. Basically, you'll see a list of employers who are hiring and are part of our GED Works program. You'll apply for the position, and if you get the job, the employer will pay for your GED while you work.
When you do feel ready, we would recommend that you go ahead and schedule your exam. There are a bunch of different convenient days and times available for testing, so you should be able to hopefully find something that works within your schedule. And from your online account, when you click the schedule test button, you might see different options depending on your state's rules. If your state does allow online testing, we just strongly recommend that you do a systems check with your laptop or computer just to make sure that it is compatible and does meet the requirements of the exam. And just note that for online testing, you do need to be in a private closed room with no one else present. And if you do want to go to a test center in person, you can click on the blue schedule at a test center button and pick which center you would like to test at by searching your address and your zip code. And like I mentioned on that last slide, different states may have different rules. Price, age, and other testing requirements do vary by area and state. You can find your state's policies by visiting this page on your GED.com when you hover over the About the Test at the top of the page. You can select the state from the drop-down that you live in, and you can help find more helpful information like the retake policies as well as your local contacts and more information for you.
We have many positive testimonials from our GED graduates. One day soon, this could be you, and we would absolutely love to celebrate your accomplishment. Once you earn your GED credential, we have many ways that you can share your accomplishment. This slide here is showing digital badges, and it's a great way for you to stand out with your employer and colleges. It's something to look forward to as you work toward your GED.
All right, so we just have one last poll question here for you, and it's how you are feeling. So if you are confident enough to start, then we are super excited to hear that, and we are really excited to encourage you on your journey. If you still have other questions, now is the time to type them in the chat. So we have a little bit of time left. Go ahead and type in any questions you have. I didn't see a ton of other ones that came in along the way, so go ahead and type them in. Awesome. I see some responses to the poll, confident enough to start. We're excited there for you. So like I said, if you have questions, type them in the chat. If you think of questions later, you can always reach out to help@ged.com. And then, like I said at the beginning, the session is being recorded, so I will send a follow-up email along with links to everything that we discussed here today. So hopefully we've answered a lot of your questions and kind of removed some of the scary unknowns about the GED. But otherwise, we will give just another second here to see if any other questions come in. I don't know if there's anything else that I missed along the way in the chat. Let me just have a look. Okay, awesome. I do see some questions coming in. Are there no free GED online classes? Does one of our advisors want to try and help answer that one?
Yeah, I can take it. Our GED Plus program is a paid-for program, but we do have GED Works, which is based through your employer. So it would be always worth, checking if you're eligible through your employer to receive it. Otherwise, there are free study resources for the GED online as well that you can utilize.
Awesome.
And I just want to add as well, just quickly. So in addition to employers being an option for getting the GED Works, it's definitely worth checking into this to see if your health plan, if you're on a health plan, to see if that does offer the GED. So it's not a thing with all programs, but definitely good to see. Check with your just call the customer service line on any health plan card that you have and ask them if they do offer the GED. If they do, you would be able to join GED Works through them, even if your employer did not offer it. So just something to keep in mind there.
That's a great tip, Sam. Thank you. And maybe that could also address the other question there that was in the chat about, fixed income if you're not employed. So there are other options, like Sam mentioned, check with your healthcare provider, or just if you log into your GED.com account, there are a wealth of free study materials to start there. So that's a great option. Okay. Don't see any other questions there. So again, I'll give you guys one more second here. And then in the meantime, if people are typing, I will just say as a reminder to follow us on social media. We do often post inspirational stories, motivational tips. So if you ever just feel like you need a little bit of an extra push, check us out on all the social media channels. Okay, one other question came in here. Let's see. If you dropped out of school, want to go to college, get a really good score on your GED, so you can get into a good university, would you need to do additional testing such as an SAT? And thank you, Sam, for answering that in the chat. If any of our other advisors want to just speak to it so everyone can hear a response here.
Yeah, I can just respond. So basically,
you.
Yeah, if there is a specific college you're looking into, the best option there would be to just reach out to their admissions department, because every college is going to be different. So as you say, some colleges might look favorably on having an SAT score, or some might not. So it really depends. Having a passing GED score, 145 or higher on each of them, and then getting your GED is seen as a high school credential. So in most cases, that will count and basically towards the general requirement of having a high school diploma. But again, some colleges might have additional requirements or even things that they might see as favorable. So depending on what college you may be looking into.
Great, thank you, Sam. Yep, so GED is recognized by, I think it was 97% of colleges. So vast majority, you should be good to go, but always double check specific requirements. I don't see any other questions, and we are just about coming up on our 30-minute mark. So if questions come to you later, you can reach out via email, and then also I will send an email out to everyone just following up with what we discussed here today. So thank you to everyone. Take care, and thank you to our advisors for answering questions, and we wish you all the best.